future is definitely going to be brighter if we manage to introduce a lot more people to a lot more subjects. So what got me started was a computer science academy in my hometown, Vilnius. It's called Smartech Academy now. And what they do is they take university-level computer science subjects and they stretch them across multiple semesters, maybe even across multiple years, to make that information more accessible to younger people. So maybe people in 6th grade, maybe older, maybe even younger. And I remember when I joined the academy, I was barely 11 years old and I still absolutely loved it. Because I was so interested in that topic. I remember the subjects that I picked, I graduated them with like perfect grades purely because I was absorbing everything. I was absorbing all the information that the teachers and lecturers were giving me. And so, for example, I still remember my favorite subject at the time was evolutionary algorithms. And you know, to no surprise, now that I'm looking at what I'm going to be studying for my master's, that's still what's the most interesting to me. That's machine learning. So I guess that passion and interest for that specific subject never died. Unfortunately, it wasn't always that simple. After leaving the academy, I knew I will be moving to Germany, I will be changing schools. And once I changed schools, the realization hit me that, wait a minute, computer science isn't even a subject for people my age. And so I realized that there's this problem. I was lacking guidance. There was this lacking accessibility, and I knew that everything that I will be learning, everything that is interesting to me right now, is just gonna be what I find online. It's just gonna be maybe books that I read, maybe some YouTube videos. But the biggest challenge was just finding the motivation as a child in 7th grade, finding the motivation to keep myself pushing, to keep myself interested in the subject, just purely because of how little guidance and help and assistance there was from school, from elder people, and just from the resources that were available to me. So the reason why I believe that computer science is so important for students today, and not only for the students that want to have a career in the field of computer science, so not only for software developers, for software engineers, maybe developer operators. No, I'm talking about everyone. The reason is because computer science and just having skills in computer science is such a valuable and powerful tool to have. I remember back in school, the subjects that I loved the most were actually by a teacher that in his free time he would make those super cool interactive games that we would play in class. And now, many years later, I realized, wait a minute, he just programmed something to explain his subject so much better to us, to involve all of us, because he had that tool available to him. And so, in my opinion, people right now are missing on so much who have absolutely no contact with computer science. No matter what you're planning to do, maybe you're planning to be a designer, maybe a statistician, maybe a physician, or maybe just a teacher. Having that tool available to you is so important, and in the end, you will be able to decide for yourself whether you will be using those tools in your career or maybe just for your hobbies. I was really fortunate to be so passionate about computer science that even while not having a lot of access to computer science, I was able to push myself through and keep myself interested in the field of computer science until I grew up and was able to start studying it, or reached an age where computer science was available as a subject in my school. Many years later, I do now realize that this is not going to be the case for everyone. For some, they might just completely lose interest due to the fact that they do not have that access. A lot of schools straight out do not have computer science as a subject in their school. Someone who might have been interested in the field will just completely miss out on the subject and will substitute it for something that is more accessible. I believe that we are missing out on a lot of prodigies that could have been the next Steve Jobs or the next person to solve P equals NP, but never will due to the fact that they did not get enough exposure to the subject. I believe it is extremely important to make sure that already in school, already in the early stages of the school, students get to experience what is computer science, that they get to understand what is computer science about. And the same applies to females. We definitely do not have enough of those in our field. And the ones that I do know are so talented. There's so much talent that we are completely missing out by just not providing enough access to younger kids and not making computer science as a field more attractive to female students. I believe this is extremely important subject, and this is something that we as a community, as hacker community, and as all computer science students have to work on. The future is definitely going to be brighter if we manage to introduce a lot more people to a lot more subjects. And we, as the representatives of our field, should make sure that this is a subject that is available in schools and that everyone, no matter of their gender, no matter of their religion or anything, can get their share of access and exposure into the field. And who knows, maybe they will realize that it's something they love, just like I did. In regards to what I said before, I hope it is obvious why campaigns like this are so important. I'm not sure what my interests would be or what I would be studying right now if not for the first academy that got me hooked on this passion that is computer science to me. I hope it is painfully obvious why companies, campaigns, and organizers that are organizing events, hackathons, or workshops are doing God's job by making this field more accessible to everyone. I hope we, as the representatives of our field, can understand why campaigns like this are important. It's because we are responsible for raising a smarter generation, and we are responsible making sure that there will be more people sitting in our places and being happy that they found something they love in early stages of their lives. I hope this campaign will accomplish exactly that. And I hope that other companies will realize that their future and the future workers in their companies are going to have exactly those skills that we will provide to them. I hope that they realize that everything that we will provide to the young generation will be the tools that they will be using to make our future greater. Thank you.